I've always said about that, I'm not against borrowing. You can borrow money. Every business and countries have done well by borrowing. There's nothing wrong in borrowing. It is what you do with borrowing. You must borrow for production, not for consumption. If you borrow for production, Ruben, you get it right. This country started on the right footing. The first loan ever requested by this country was in June 1964 by Tafa Balewa. Ruben, you're a student of history. Go and read what he wrote to the World Bank requesting to borrow $82 million to build Kainji Dam to produce 760 megawatts. In 1964. Imagine if we are going to do it on that trajectory to today. Ruben, imagine where we will be. Even if you read the World Bank reply to him, they said, you are ambitious and right thinking this will simulate the economy of your country. That's the way our father started. Today, Kainji Dam 58 years, 60 years after, is still standing. Ruben, we can't find the money we borrowed yesterday anywhere. Not even in Colas building. Nobody knows where it is. It's a very simple thing. Today, as at December 2001, our total debt stock is 39.5 trillion, excluding the ways and means from the central bank. If we include it, which is down about 18 trillion, it's about 57 trillion. Conversion at $136 billion, which is about 35% of your GDP. And your GDP have not grown. That is the crisis you have. Between 2015 and now, we've thrown about 100 billion into our debt portfolio, and our GDP declined. That is the crisis you faced as a country. So what happened to this money? Look at that. We said, what do you call power grid? This one have failed. This one. Between 2015 and today, Egypt, our neighbors, have doubled their power generation from 28 to 55,000 megawatts. And you know how much they put in it? They have only spent $10 billion. It's there. I'm not going. It's Egypt. Go and look at it. Today, go and see the one that Egypt have moved from low, maybe about in HID in 2000, they're not high. This is 2015 to 2021. Egypt have doubled their power generation. Vietnam have moved from 38,000 to 78 from 2015 to 2021. If I have time, I give you more countries. And what are they doing? Vietnam, for just doubling that, Vietnam exports goods annually of $280-something billion. We don't even make 10% of that from oil. So when he asks, how are we going to get the companies? It's easy. Let's do the right thing. There's nothing wrong. What did we borrow the money to do? What is more important than power generation in this country? What is more important than equipping and supporting our police and military to make sure we provide security? So what do we borrow the money to do? So people can say, okay, the money we borrow, that's what we used to buy all these fighting equipment, this, that, and that. So I want to know. They just say it's infrastructure. Is this infrastructure nowhere? I went to Abeokuta yesterday. I couldn't even go from just in Lagos. This road is since is many. I have a daughter now who is 30 years old. And I was driving on this road before you
visited the historic city of Abeokuta.
So you could see it was the roads is still being worked on. Since I came to Lagos, they are working on that road. So what is all this borrowing about? Let us be first speak. What are we borrowing? That is, he asked me a question, what will you do? I will do it differently. Nigerians will know the reason for borrowing. And it must be borrowed for production. Nobody will spend a kobo or a dollar of borrowed money for consumption. Instead, we will all starve. That's why I told everybody, I've said, there's nothing to share again. No. We must rebuild this country for the future of our children.